Silver Bullet is going to be an offbeat review for me because out of the 28 films that I've chosen to review this month, this is the only one where I haven't read the book it's based on. It's based on The Cycle of the Werewolf, which King originally wrote to be printed on a calendar, with 12 short chapters taking place in a month each. But it wound up becoming a short novel later, though it did have illustrations. It went out of print pretty quickly, and for the longest time was the one King book that just eluded me. I've seen it from time to time afterwards, but I've never picked it up for varying reasons. So I really don't know how different the movie Silver Bullet is from the source material, but it seems to me that it's greatly condensed, as it doesn't take place over the course of a year. The movie is mostly about these two kids, Marty and his sister Jane. They don't really get along because Marty is in a wheelchair and is favored by his parents, while Jane winds up having to take care of him and is always getting the business any time he does anything. Marty's played by Corey Haim, for what that's worth. Their Uncle Red is played by Gary Busey. He's the stereotypical fun uncle who makes various motorized wheelchairs for Marty, the last one being more like a motorcycle than anything. Marty goes out shooting off fireworks and runs into a werewolf, which has been killing people in the town. Everyone else thought they had a serial killer, and only the kids, and eventually the uncle, know the truth. Isn't that just how it always is? The dumb adults are going around looking for a killer while the kids figure out how shit really is. It's a fucking werewolf, bitches. Marty nails the creature in the eye with a firecracker and escapes with his motorcycle/wheelchair combo, the Silver Bullet. The sister, who believes her brother, goes around looking for a guy with one eye, and it turns out to be the priest. Then Marty gets the oh-so-bright idea to send the priest anonymous letters suggesting he kills himself. Yeah, that'll work. In the end, the priest finds out who's sending the letters. Marty and his sister have some silver jewelry made into a bullet, and they shoot the werewolf, killing it. It's a pretty basic story, and it has some good points and some bad points. The good is mostly the three core characters, the two kids and the uncle. They're the best part of the movie, and the only decent actors in it. The bad is pretty much everything else, particularly the random townspeople who I swear were pulled off the street. It's kind of like the sort of thing you'd expect from a student filmmaker who has no budget and has to get his family to act in his roles. Kind of like American Movie or maybe Be Kind Rewind. It's not a bad film, but holy fuck is the acting a train wreck. Another thing is how the movie basically spoils itself. You know the kids are going to live, even though it's a Stephen King movie, because the narrator is an older version of the sister, and the way she talks about the brother, you can tell he's not going to die. And before anyone else in the town has said the word werewolf, the priest has a dream where everyone turns into werewolves and attacks him. Then he wakes up and says, "Please God, let it end." So when you find out he's the werewolf in the typically dramatized big reveal scene, it's no surprise at all. You likely figured it out already. It's hard for me to draw a conclusion on Silver Bullet. It's very much a product of the 80s and has the typical charm and drawbacks of movies of that era. And there are parts that I enjoy and parts that are painful for me to watch. Overall, I'd say it fails as a werewolf movie, but it does have some good moments with the main characters. The rest of the characters and the werewolf itself aren't that interesting, and in the ending, the thing looks to me more like a bear than a wolf. It seems the last few movies that I reviewed have been like this. Some good parts, some bad parts. I think this one is a little bit more bad than good. I'll give it a 4 out of 10.